Now, the nice thing is that any issue, in fact, nearly any issue that the client brings forward has something to do with relationships. Even when they smoke, when they say, I want to quit smoking, then, yeah, there is a smoker, they belong to the smokers. And when they quit, they will not belong to the smokers anymore. So it's also a social issue. And so when you start to work with this idea, how are relationships created, and when you have the hypothesis that this is created by the submodality location in space, so then you can use it, apply it everywhere. Then you can, when you reduce everything to locations, then you can scroll the talk, and so you don't need to spend that much time about with listening to their stories.
Yeah.
And so when I have a client and they say I have difficulty in the relationship with my wife, for instance, then I say stop. And so, but sometimes I have a more elegant way to do that.
Of course. Yes.
And then I ask them, close your eyes, go the feeling of this problem. Go in the present state, associate in that, and now point out, where's your wife? And they may maybe go like, yeah, I don't know. And then I say, well, maybe there's two places. And they may say, yeah, maybe here and there. Okay.
I'm surrounded.
Yeah, but then in the social panorama it says by location, which often are very reliable, indicates an inner conflict. So there's two sides to the relationships. That makes it difficult. And practice shows that when we can reduce it to one location, so that he has only one wife left in the social panorama, and solved. Space is so critical and so important in what we do, and then also, for instance, James Lawley, a British NLPer, he developed clean language, but also clean space, and with him we could wear something, move it, or walk over your timeline. Then the amount of words used in the session is reduced, so we don't need to talk that much anymore. And we get more effect, and the effects seem often miraculous. That you have effects that you cannot backtrack, you don't understand what happened, but it elicited a lot of creativity when you work spatial, and so effective. Well, space is the primary organizing principle in the mind. The mind organizes everything spatially, and that's why it's so effective when we start to use that. So that's in fact the shift in paradigm, coming to the conclusion that when you start to focus on space and make that more explicit in your work, then you see a whole other psychology, mental space psychology. And when you say, well, fear of public speaking, you can expect the spatial structure of that to be the following. First, the client may have an idea of the group, and the group may be higher up and pretty far away.
Okay.
And so they're looking at a mass of people that staring at them, down at them.
Yes.
So, and then at the same time they may have a small self-image, because that's also one thing that's very important in the social panorama. And so when I ask them, when you are imagining that you are having this fear of public speaking, where do you notice your self-image? And so it's a little bit technical to get to that image, but when they find it, we can find it, it's probably much smaller than they see the others.
Yeah.